Hello, hello. I'm Irina Baker, a spiritual self-awareness mentor, and I'm here with an amazing client of mine, a wonderful woman, beautiful woman. I just love her, and I would like, and you know what? So we want to share. I asked her to share her journey of divine guidance science, and I think she was the most difficult client of mine regarding divine guidance science. So that's why I really wanted her to speak. And it's not that she's difficult. She's a wonderful person, right? She's absolutely wonderful. But it was difficult for her to be on this journey, right, of divine guidance science. So that's why I wanted to share it, because it's an amazing thing, an amazing transformation, and we should celebrate your success. So and I am celebrating right now. So let's start with, hi, Amberlynn, first of all. Hi.
Oh,
And the first thing is, you were, as I say, I've been doing interviews, so I've already said it many times, you were a complete muggle before you met me, right? A complete muggle. Muggle means a person who is not aware of spiritual things, especially deep spiritual things, the person who is not awakened yet. And it's fine, it's okay, right? So you were a muggle, so you had no idea that divine guidance science existed. Is that correct?
yes.
Because I did not invent the science. They were here before me, they will be here during me, and long after me, right? So it's not that I'm an inventor, it's not. But I am the designer of the system to teach you about the science, how to use them, right? And so that's why I wanted to specify this. So when for the first time you were at my challenge for divine guidance science challenge, right? How was it for you? Just speak openly.
Yeah. It was great. I struggled because I love to overcomplicate things, and so sometimes it's hard for me to just let go and let it happen naturally. I
Well, I'm the same way. That's why you were attracted to me, right? I love to complicate everything for sure, right? So that time when I was teaching that divine guidance science, and it was first time challenge that I've done specifically as a challenge, I wanted to give everything I know. So you got not just, let's take baby step and learn about this, right? You got whole fire hose of knowledge, everything I have, please take it. It's yours, right? And of course it was overwhelming. Of course you're like, oh, what am I doing here, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it was a little like I wanted to be um perfect in it right away. I wanted it to just happen and be immediate, and I wanted to understand everything and implement it right away. And it doesn't
Right.
always work like that.
It didn't work, right? It didn't work. And I am actually proud of that it doesn't work immediately, because it's not something like people say, oh, cute metaphysical subject. You can just read the book, understand it easily on a weekend. It's not. It's a system. It's a practical, and very trustworthy system that you can that guides you in your life, right? So I would be surprised if it would work immediately and you just immediately switched and now you're an expert in this, right? Plus, I've been in it for 27 years. I need to keep my title as a queen of divine guidance science. Just kidding here. That's the joking. But the truth is, yes, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Right. But it makes it more fascinating, right?
Yes.
Because it make you, I'm sure it made you think, oh, I want to get it. I want to get it one day, right?
Yeah,
So let's
absolutely.
start. And interesting phenomenon happened with you. Even though you couldn't get those signs immediately, but the first sign you did get immediately. So it has proven to you that they actually real, they actually exist, divine does sense the signs, and you can get them. So it's interesting, right? You got the proof, and I know how it works actually spiritually. You were helped. You were helped by the divine. But then it's like a wise teacher will help you first, And then the teacher will say, oh, no, now I'm not helping you. Now you're doing it on your own. You have to learn it, because without it, you can't, right?
Yeah.
So let's
Yep,
talk
true.
about that first sign.
Yeah. So it was a license plate of a car that I was following, and the license plate had the number 1 and the word reigns, REIGNS.
Oh, and I'm sorry, we didn't say what it was about. What homework did I give you?
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't be, there's no context, right?
Yeah.
To know what you needed to see.
Yeah. The homework was to look for a sign or signs that God is present and in my life, that God is actively involved in my life.
Yeah. God
And so,
exists and closely and actively present in your life. Yeah.
yes. So I felt like I was examining everything. I was looking at trees and thinking that they were supposed to be signs and all the things. And it's even before I was aware of divine guidance signs, I always had so much fun noticing license plates. I love to read license plates. I just do that naturally.
I didn't know that. This is new. How cool is
Yeah.
that? So you were preparing already. You were naturally inclined.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
So then it was right after I dropped my kids off at school. I was driving home and pulled up behind a car that was stopped at an intersection, and the license plate had the number 1 and the word reigns. And I automatically, like without a moment's hesitation, said the word supreme after that. It just made sense to me. 1 reigns supreme. And then it took a second for it to hit me. And I was like, oh, oh, I know what that means. And then as soon as it hit me and I got it and it clicked, that car turned the opposite direction that I was going. I was turning right, that car turned left.
And we know the meaning of it, right? We know the meaning, yeah.
Yes. So I was ecstatic. I wish that I had had the foresight to take a picture of it, but it will still remain in my mind for the rest of my life. And that was all the confirmation I needed in that moment to know that God is there.
So you got double, and which I intend, of course, in my challenge. You had a double whamming, so to speak. First, you did get the sign. You did get the sign, no question about it. And you confirm that God is actually actively present in your life and knows what you're doing and approves it. Because if God didn't approve, you wouldn't get the sign. Right?
Yeah, for sure. It could have been a sign about dogs or about anything else, and it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have been what exactly I needed in that moment. So
and it was exactly when you asked to do the homework, because the homework you only had 1 day because challenge was short, so you needed to get it on that day. How cool is that? Yeah. And you knew immediately, so it's not like, oh, I don't know if it's a sign or not. No, it clicked. You mentioned it clicked. I felt it. So the sign was glowing at you.
Yes.
So here I'm sharing some now teaching points, right? Because all of this we're learning about divine guidance science. It's not just, oh, I get the sign. No. There is a lot to it. Yeah, perfect. And so you will remember it and you will always cherish it, right?
Yes.
And so after that, the signs just disappeared. God said, okay, now you're on your own and you got your confirmation, and now let's get to work. And how many months?
It was a little over 9 months that I struggled and felt like I couldn't see them or notice them.
But you were always religiously present in the group. We have a lab, divine guidance lab, and you were always there and you were always listening. And you would say, well, I don't have the signs today. And it's okay, right? You were encouraged and you were there and we were supporting you. nobody pushed you, so you had your time because that was your time. But how did it feel while you were not seeing anything?
It was at times discouraging, but then I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It'll be fine. Maybe, there just aren't signs for me, all those silly responses. Oh, I don't need to see signs. It's fine. The typical muggle thought process where I'll just figure it out on my own.
Right, right. Okay, and then suddenly the Pandora box opened, right? Open wide. And then suddenly Amberlynn is a pro. She never said she's a pro, but she said, oh my gosh, I get signs now. So what was your sign that you started seeing when it opened up?
Yeah, it was FedEx trucks. And that it was, you had to like hit me between the eyes with it pretty much. That was the afternoon that we all met up for lunch, and we were talking about it. We were sitting outside eating, and Irina got so excited about a FedEx truck that was behind me, so I couldn't even see it, and she saw it, and oh, she was so excited, and I was like, what? I don't get it. She's like, do you realize the importance of this? Do you realize how big this is? And I was like, no, it's fine. And so she explained it to me, the importance of it and how awesome it was. And I was like, okay, all right, fine. She says, just trust me. And I had to just let go of any preconceived notions I had and just trust. And so I specifically asked for FedEx trucks. I was like, just show me a FedEx truck. And then that was just the floodgate of trucks of all sizes.
Yeah, how many did you get? Multitude?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was a lot. At least 10, like on the drive home from that lunch. It was so many. And now I see them regularly, and it's always at completely divine moments. It's never just random. It's always when I need them.
Right. So that's the point, that it's not just, oh, we see a truck and we're happy. No, there is a system. We can't discuss that here, but there is a system to our madness. We know what we're saying. And so to get this at the right time, and because that's what you need at that moment, and it comes. That's quite impressive, right? Mm-hmm. I'm always amazed when I ask a question and the answer is literally immediate. I don't even expect an immediate answer, but it's right there. The car is next to you and it has exact words as the exact answer to your question. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And
so fun.
So fun. Okay, you call it fun now, right? It's fun. What are other words that you would describe this fun? What else how do you call it?
Yeah, well, that was fun stands out specifically the most, because I was like making it like work, like it was begrudging, it was like, I have to find these, I have to see them. And just as a being in general, I should probably lighten up and have more fun with my life. And so they're fun now, but they also they bring me a sense of peace and comfort. And so that's the most valuable to me. But fun is good.
Right. And also, do you feel connected to the divine when you start seeing, and then the universe, I don't use the word universe, but suddenly I said it, God responds. Do you feel that connection?
Oh, absolutely. And it's always, the first words out of my mouth are, oh, thank you, God, thank you for sometimes I say showing me these signs, or for allowing me to see them, or for just putting them there for me.
Right. And all the benefits that they bring, guidance and direction, and even making decisions, right? Remember, you had a story with purchasing big thing. that was divine guidance guiding you in the right place to buy that big thing. So yeah, different benefits, and they're all already working for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. What else? So anything else you want to add? What kind of signs are mostly speaking to you? Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I see. So the FedEx trucks are my favorite. I see a lot of feathers, and in addition to the license plates, which are also really fun, I notice numbers, and it's always like a sequence of repeating numbers, like 3 2 2 3 2s or 3 7s or something like that. And so I always notice those right away. Um, and I'm beginning to really develop and add to my signs vocabulary to understand the meaning of those, because there it's so easy to, oh, there's 3 3s, or whatever the numbers are, and just think it's cool. But now I'm starting to understand that those numbers have meaning to them. And so that's really awesome. And another one of my favorites is music. Music really speaks to my soul. In a way that like words sometimes can't. And so just words alone, I guess.
I have
So
to interrupt only because I'm seeing on the computer in my clock 222, and you talking about
yes.
numbers. Can you see 222? It's usually
You're
keep the
right.
faith. So look at us talking about it, and here we are. So we support it right now.
Proof.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah, song titles, or like the chorus of a song, or even just the melody and how I feel, the feeling that elicits is always really powerful.
So they're working in your life now, and you mentioned vocabulary, because I teach that it's a language, it's a foreign language that we need to learn, and we do expand our vocabulary. So do you feel that you are learning, actually the learning foreign language? And
100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
So quantity turns into quality, right? You will know, you will gradually, right? So how would you say you were before and after? How was your life before and after, without divine guidance signs, and now with?
Well, I kind of mentioned that briefly earlier. Before I was aware of the signs, it was just kind of like it's fine, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'll just make it work. And it was like I was kind of self-reliant. I would just do whatever it took to figure something out, or to whatever. And now it's not just me. I understand that it's so much more than just my physical capabilities now. And so it's a more elevated version of me, with limitless potential. And so that's been the biggest change in my life. It's not necessarily one aspect of my life, like my business or my home or family. It's just me. I feel like an expanded version of myself, and that's making me a better spouse, a better mom, a better business owner, a better friend. Like it just keeps going. It amplifies. It's like ripples.
Would you say life is harder? And I know I'm being facetious, I'm sure, but life is harder with or without signs?
Definitely without them.
I
It's
know, no question for us, right?
yes, it's a no-brainer. And I'm so grateful for the for Irina for teaching me about them. And it couldn't have come at a better time in my life.
Because you were ready. You were
Yeah.
ready. Thank you so much, Amberlynn. That was great. We literally celebrating your moment, because 10 months and you persevered and you continued and you were determined to get on the other side, and you sure did. Right? I've read somewhere a children's joke. a chicken is asking the other chicken, and I never tell jokes ever, but here it is. A chicken tells the other chicken, asks the chicken, how did you get on the other side, to the other side? And the other said, but you are on the other side. So I don't know why I'm telling the story, but the point is you did make it on to the other side. And that's what we're celebrating. So everyone, if you would like to make your life magical and your life much easier, and in a, we call it green light flow, please join us in the next challenge that I'm doing. It's a small interactive group, and go register for absolutely free challenge, giftfromIrina.com/challenge, giftfromIrina.com/challenge. Irina is spelled IRINA, so don't misspell it. Say giftfromIrina.com//challenge. We will see you on the other side. Bye.